Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. How is everybody doing this evening? Hello comrades! Indeed, Soul Assassin. And yes, you're damn right, we got the window up right now. This is the current state of Captain Marvel. 27%. 27% of over 40,000 people want to actually see this movie, at least according to Rotten Tomatoes. And this has been the most fun thing to be following over the past few days. John Talks, guys, if you have not checked out John Talks, please go check out his channel. He's awesome. He has been making so many videos covering this topic, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's dropping almost every hour. It's dropping by a percentage point. And this is even cooler now because officially, guys, this movie, before it's even come out, has more people talking about it in a negative way than all of the reviews that were given for Solo: A Star Wars Story. It's perfect. Oh, I love it. JB360, welcome to the channel. The Rants, what's going on, bruv? It's a Trap Productions. Greetings, my lord. Golden's alive. Yes, indeed. Chubby Teddy Monster Productions, what's going on, bruv? Gannison, what's going on? Orange Pill. Dude, what's going on, Orange Pill? How's it going? Yes, 27%. Only 27% of over 40,000 users actually want to see this movie. It's at 46,851 people, and only 27% of them say, yeah, I'm interested. Everyone else has said, no, I'm not interested. And yet you still have the show media going out there spewing their lies of, oh no, it's a bunch of people review bombing. It's not real people. If they were to only actually click to see the people leaving comments, they'd realize, no, they actually are real people. And all they're saying is, I don't want to see it. No interest. Doesn't look good. Looks boring. Which are totally valid reasons to not want to go see a movie. And I love it. It's so funny. It's so freaking funny to see this, but also to see the media's response. If you want to know which articles, which news outlets are shills, look for any article that's calling what's going on right here review bombing. Look for any websites, any person saying, oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is funny. This is freaking funny, man. Come on. Get a sense of humor. Super Anime Gamer, what's going on? Greta is here as well. Soulsaz says, Odin, I most certainly not buy tickets to Alita and sneak into Captain Marvel. Wink, wink. I know, seriously, wink, wink. Yeah, I'm totally not going to do that either. Speaking of which, March 8th, guys, International Women's Day, because they had to release it on that day. Go support a real female hero. And actually, she's so much a hero that she's just a hero. Her gender does not matter, and that is, of course, Lita Battle Angel. She's awesome. Elda Kuga says, did you hear that the SJWs now claim that Alita Battle Angel is whitewashed? Of course they are. Of course they are, because they realize that there's a huge connection between people who are hating on Captain Marvel, but also are loving Alita Battle Angel. And so they're doing everything that they can to be like, oh, well then, well that's bad too, because that means they're white. That means you're racist because it's whitewashed. Really? Do you know who? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so funny. It's so funny. They are looking like even bigger idiots than they ever have before in their entire existence. 8-Bit Snake Boy, what is going on? What's going on? Alexander, how many movies besides Star Wars 9 and Captain Marvel do we think the fans need to tank before Identity Politics ends? Here's the thing. I honestly think there might not be a chance. I think that there might not be enough. I don't think there is enough movies that can tank for them to understand how stupid they are. Like, seriously, this is amazing. Tina says, and now they have Zachary Levi chiming by feeding him bad information. Yeah, no, seriously. And also, too, like, people have asked me, like, my thoughts on the Zachary Levi situation. So for those that don't know, Zachary Levi is the lead character, is the lead actor in Shazam. And that's a movie that I'm still actually quite excited for because the trailers overall look great. However, he made a video, and I actually will say this. It is the cringiest video I've ever seen. It makes you understand and realize that actors can read lines very well, but when it comes to speaking off the top of their heads, they can't do it. And don't get me wrong, like, I say ums and uhs, but I felt like I was watching a video of a high schooler giving a speech in front of his class for the first time because the entire time it was just this isn't right. So seriously, he basically goes in white knights for the situation. But even more so than that, Zachary Levi was going after information that wasn't accurate. He was going after people who were trying to essentially compare Shazam and Captain Marvel and therefore attack Captain Marvel for not being Shazam or something to that effect. And so he was looking at it from that lens and not just from the lens that we're going at it from, which is it just being woke in the first place. But yeah, he should have just not added in his voice onto the discussion because it just made him look really, really bad. Denzuko1, welcome to the channel, and Mary Vidalis, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Super chat for reasons. Well, thank you, Mary. I really do appreciate that very much. Alexander says, and Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy. Yeah, thoughts on the Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy. So everyone is talking about the news about how there's apparently been the naming of a production company, and this is standard fare before movies are started, before pre-production and things like that happen. The reason why I don't buy it is because something very similar apparently happened. This is all according to Ichibaka. Actually, Ichibaka first reported on it, and now it's in more mainstream news outlets. But Ichibaka also reported that they did the same thing for a Obi-Wan film, I want to say it was, the Kenobi film. And we all know the Kenobi film ain't happening. So just because they're doing that doesn't mean the movie's actually going to happen. Until we actually get some pre-production going on, until we actually get a script, until we actually get some actual confirmation, I still don't think that they would be stupid enough. Though, of course, I could easily be wrong on that. I don't think they're stupid enough to do that. Because I'm sorry, they would guarantee... They would be guaranteed to lose money at the box office. The bots did something right, says Suicide Grunt. I know, seriously. The so-called bots. Tina says, yeah, I saw the video on Gary's channel, and it was cringy, and I was like, Gary, why help your competition? I know, seriously, man. It doesn't make any sense. It is so freaking cringeworthy. It's awful. Steph, hey, how's it going, Steph? Steph and Tina, my Valkyries are here. I meant we need to tank Rian Johnson's trilogy. Don't worry, it's going to take itself. It's good. You know, Rian Johnson's trilogy is one that we don't really have to work a whole lot on because it's going to take itself. It's going to tank itself in the long run. Dion says, hail to you, sir. Smash that like button. Thank you very much, Dion. Appreciate you, sir. Lily Patton says, oh, now is the time to smite Captain Marvel as the Lord of Asgard. Yes, indeed. We are smiting. We are smiting this whammon. We are smiting this whammon for her. SJW Identity Politics. And once again, some of the best things have been happening lately have not just been this beauty right here, but have also been all of the freaking media shills going after everyone, calling us a bunch of trolls, calling us a bunch of racists, calling us, you know, sexist. You know, the normal NPC fare, when they don't have an argument, when they can't understand what's going on, it's their go-to. It's all that they can do. All that these people can do are write these long articles, which are, in reality, their attempt to get clickbait, because let's just be honest here, they probably don't really care that much about the whole thing. I mean, they probably, in their own head, said, oh, it's just Rotten Tomatoes, it doesn't matter. And yet they're still going to write reviews that blatantly lie. Because, again, these aren't reviews that are being written. These are people going online, and they have two options. Want to see, not interested. And this is 45,000 people on Rotten Tomatoes, which makes sense to me, seeing that you have some movies upwards of 100,000, 200,000 reviews, and those are actual reviews. These are people just saying, I'm either interested or I'm not interested. And only 27% of those 45,000 people said that they have any interest in seeing Captain Marvel. Now, is that going to actually work out at the box office? It's hard to say. It really is hard to say. However, what I can say is that the last time that there was this kind of sentiment, the last time there was this kind of controversy surrounding a film, it didn't end up well for the film. So yeah, you might get a Captain Marvel opening of around 90 million, which is what I suspected. You could even get upwards of 100, 105, max 110 million for that opening. But I honestly think that it's not going to have enough legs. I think that it's going to be so front loaded, meaning that so many people are now going to go out of their way to buy pre-sale tickets to try and justify saying, oh, look, the pre-sales were right. Okay, so your front end might be heavy, but if you then have a 60% plus drop from week 1 to week 2, and then people aren't going to see it overseas, well, then your movie isn't going to make any money no matter how much money you make on that opening weekend. So it's going to be interesting. It is definitely going to be interesting, to say the least. I cannot wait for March 8th to come around just to see what the actual box office number is going to be for that Thursday showings, and also, of course, for that opening weekend. And also, most importantly, because you guys know that I focus on this number a lot, I cannot wait to see what the China number is. Because if China doesn't show for that film, if we start seeing like Star Wars level numbers from China coming out for Captain Marvel, whoo, boy, it ain't gonna end well. It ain't gonna end well for them because they're not making the money up anywhere else. That's for damn sure. Elda Kuga says, don't fall for it. It's trap just to divert us from what they're really doing. Yeah, no one's there. I mean, I'm not going to fall for it, obviously. Mex, what's going on? Mex says, I saw Captain M's interest rate plummeted to 27% this morning, and I'm laughing my ass off. Yep, seriously. And that's where it is right now. Again, 45,000 reviews of last refresh, which was about 10 minutes ago. So don't worry. We'll refresh it throughout the night. And then at some point, we'll probably look at some of these quote-unquote reviews, even though it's, again, just people saying, I have no interest in seeing this, or I want to see it. It's what Rotten Tomatoes has been doing for years, and now all of a sudden, all these news media people are saying, oh my gosh, what is going on? Why are these trolls going after it? Why are these trolls saying they don't want to see it? How could you say you don't want to see this movie? You obviously don't want to see it only because she's a woman, and you hate women, and this is a sexist world we live in. Oh, but Alita Battle Angel has some really high reviews. Wait a minute. Wonder Woman has really high reviews. Oh, but those weren't real women stories. Ah, God. Seriously, their entire narrative falls apart if you just even do just a slight inkling of thinking. Independent thought is a beautiful thing, folks. It's a beautiful thing. Donald Hudson says, what's going on? Asgardians, assemble! What is going on, Donald Hudson? How are you, good sir? The Joe Show, what's going on, The Joe Show? Good to see you too as well. Good to see you too, Dark Detective. Sorry, Soul Assassin first says, Odin, at the store today, nobody's buying the Captain Marvel toys, just piles of Brie Larson figures lying everywhere. That does not surprise me. And some people might argue saying, well, the film hasn't come out yet. Why would they buy them? That's for when the film does come out. Then why do you have pictures all across the country of these toys going on clearance? You don't have toys go on clearance before a movie comes out. That means that no one is buying it, no one cares, no one's interested, and also, did I mention that they look like hot garbage? You know, add insult to injury there. Dark Detective, though, says, since they will come out in close proximity, which will make more, the Batman or Spider-Man 3? This year, Spider-Man 3. I would go at MCU there. MCU is definitely a big moneymaker, so I'd probably go with that at the end of the day. One Slick Dude, what's going on? Presale tickets have had no refunds now for weeks. No. One Slick Dude, I don't know where you've been hearing this from. I know the Quartering did a video on this. That is just blatantly false. That is blatantly false. I don't know who's telling you that or what theater this is claiming to go at, but I'm telling you this as a fact. As someone who worked at a movie theater for 3 years, I was a supervisor for an AMC theater. If you buy a ticket in advance, you can get a refund on that ticket up to the actual showtime itself. It's on the back of the damn ticket stub. Literally, it's a legal battle if you try and say you cannot get a refund for a ticket. Now, if they bought something for like a special event, then obviously at that point there might be more restrictions. But if you're just buying a generic ticket, this whole, oh, they don't offer refunds thing, that's not true. That is fake. That's fake news, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not trying to go after the Quartering here because I haven't watched the video myself, but I've seen a lot of people putting that lie out there. That is not true. That is false information. Scorpion says, howdy, Odin. Just came from Nerdronic's live stream. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine, man. Hope Nerdronic is doing well. He is awesome. Gannison says, Odin, this is the end of the MCU. Well, Endgame to me was already going to be the end of this era's MCU because at this point, where do you go from here? At this point, you are probably going to start to get a little bit more superhero fatigue, and especially since you have big names dropping out, new names coming in that people don't have as much love or passion for, it's going to be an interesting transition to see what they try and throw our way. But I got a couple super chats. But for that, we have JC Stahl. Welcome to the channel, bruv. Mama King, what's going on, bruv? Herpicus McDerpington, thank you very much for the $5 super chats. Like The Last Jedi, I think Captain Marvel will make money, but at the cost of all the MCU's goodwill. You see, I think it's going to be actually a mixture of The Last Jedi and Solo. The reason why is because The Last Jedi made money because the first 2 weeks did very well. Week 1 to week 2 had a big drop, but overall, because it did so well, especially opening weekend, it had enough those first 2 weeks to be able to make up for the eventual loss that you eventually saw at the box office overseas. I mean, it didn't make almost anything in China. It made less than Rogue One did in China, and then it just didn't do nearly as well in other countries too. So the reason why that film did as well as it did was because of the first 2 weeks, because people just didn't know. They didn't know any better. They didn't know the film was bad. Once they found out the film was bad, the word of mouth kind of sunk it from there. But once you make enough money, you're going to get, you're going to go the distance, especially when you have that Disney kind of money, when Disney is forcing theaters or paying theaters to keep your movie out for as long as possible. So with that being said, it's going to be similar to The Last Jedi in the fact that it's going to probably get decent reactions opening weekend. However, I honestly think that it's going to be closer to Solo, not Solo numbers, but a Solo effect because, yeah, it's not coming out after a bad MCU film, but the buzz for this, the toxic buzz for this, the toxic news and everything surrounding it has been so bad. I really think that it's going to lead to some very interesting numbers at the box office. I think no one can really honestly say what the box office numbers are going to look like. And that's why I gave my final review. I gave my final numbers at $90 million opening with a $550 million total. And I think I'm being generous there. I know some people say you're overestimating. In fact, Rory Butcher, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. And because he says that he thinks I'm overestimating. And I might be. But I would rather overestimate and it be way under than underestimate and then have any person come by and say, oh, you see, you said it was this and it ended up being more. No. Based on the fact, you really cannot know what a film is going to make until it actually comes out. Anyone that says otherwise is just a fool. Like, yes, you can follow trends. Yes, you can follow history. And you can get a pretty good idea of where things are going to go. But as far as the actual hardcore numbers, as far as the actual facts themselves, you need at least a Thursday opening in order to get any indication of where it's going. So if the Thursday numbers come in and it's not impressive, it's a standard MCU opening, then at that point, I would say they should be worried. If those Friday and Saturday numbers come in from the United States and China, and you're starting to see a sub-$100 million opening for the United States and a very weak opening in China, that's when I think you're going to start to see a lot of red flags go off. That's where you're going to see a lot of people shilling it up, defending it, saying, oh, it still can be fine. It's still making money. It's going to be okay. And then I don't think it's going to be long after that you start hearing that, no, it's not these white, hateful men that are driving down the scores. Now it's the white sexism that exists throughout the entire world that is keeping people from going to see it in the first place. It's going to be very fun, I think, to see that back and forth, to see them just kind of run all over the place. Let's see. Mech says, do you think Captain Marvel will be pulled from China's Chinese theaters early as well? There's a good chance. There is a very good chance. And because it's opening the same week in the United States as it is in China, we'll know pretty early on if it's going to be that bad. We'll be able to track it. We'll be able to look at, see how much did it make, how much did The Last Jedi make in in China, and then if it is even close to it or God forbid, less than that, we can know with some pretty good indication that it's going to get pulled early in China, which I think would be freaking hilarious. Tina says China is not going to turn out to Captain Woke. Nope, they seriously, they have a term for it. I think it's called like a Baizu or Baizuo or something to that effect. They are very aware of SJW driven films and SJW politics in film, and they don't like it. They don't support it. And in fact, some people might wonder, like, oh, what about Ghostbusters 2016? How would that do in China? It didn't even get a release in China. But it's because they don't allow things with ghosts in it. Anything that's supernatural, China does not allow at the box office, interestingly enough, because they are a secular government, and therefore anything that seems to indicate spirituality or spiritualism is not allowed, which is interesting, seeing that they allow movies like Star Wars that has concepts like the Force and, superhero films that have I don't know. But that's what they do. But I wish that Ghostbusters 2016 had been released in China, because I think it would have been really interesting to see those numbers. I think it would have done terrible there. Alan Sparks says, how much do you want to bet they're not pushing this crap on the Chinese trailers? Oh, probably not. But I think that, here's the thing. I think enough people from China know our reactions and know what we're talking about and are looking at the same Rotten Tomatoes number that we are. Because I don't think Rotten Tomatoes is blocked in China, and I think it's going to be very similar. Again, it says that Geeks and Gamers is talking about Captain Marvel. Really? Is Geeks and Gamers on right now? Is he live streaming right now? CT says, I'm listening to both Jeremy and Noah at the same time right now. Jeremy's like, dude, Jeremy, get off my... Dude, Jeremy, I live stream at the same time every day. I live stream on Mondays at the same time and Tuesdays at the same time, and Jeremy has to come out here and be a white man and be, an entitled person, and all of a sudden now he's coming out. Oh, gosh. Jeremy, Jeremy! Damn you. Hate him. Hate Jeremy. God, he's so toxic. His white maleness is so toxic. I hate it. Dark Detective says, Marvel shouldn't be in this position since DC is on the rise in terms of TV and movies. I agree, but here we are, nonetheless. John Madden. What's up, John Madden? Did you see where Zach Levi made a facepalm-worthy video in support of Captain Feminist? Oh, I did, and it was awful. Not just because of what he said, but also the fact that he was stumbling over his words, and as an actor, as a professional actor being paid millions of dollars, he was saying a lot of ums and uhs. He really can't speak off the top of his head. I don't know why he made that video. It made no sense to me. JKD Buck, what's going on, bruv? Of course the worst Jedi flopped in China. They know communist propaganda when they see it, and they don't appreciate it. Eddie Marquez, what's going on, bruv? Nemesis, wait, my prediction for Captain Marvel is $2 whole. Well, it's going to make more than that, but I'll say that much. It's already, as far as pre-sales are concerned, I can guarantee you it's made more than $2. That I do know. El Rakuga says, maybe if it falls to the teens, maybe Disney might tell Brie to stop, or they just want her to make a fool of herself. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they want her to make a fool of herself. I really do think that they want to make money off of this movie. No studio does not want to lose money on any film. So I think that if this gets to the teens on Rotten Tomatoes and you're getting to like 50, 60,000 people, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Mary Vidal says, I can't believe Odin has hit 12,000 already. No, seriously, we're almost at 12.5. We're almost at 12.5 thousand subs. That's just like, or rather, yeah, 12,500 subs. Sorry. We're almost at 12,500 subs. It's insane to me. It's so insane. Angel Butler. What's going on, Angel Butler? How is it going? How is it going? And, oh boy, this chat, guys, is insane right now. Alexander says, Star Wars has ghosts in it. Yeah, I know. I bet they don't call them Force ghosts, though, in the China translation. Vlad Riot says, there are Chinese thrillers. Yeah, I know, Vlad. It's weird. It's very weird. But apparently there is some kind of thing where they don't show movies with ghosts in it or something like. And Marquez says, no Raw live stream. Yeah, not going to do that. Malperil, Jeremy always snipes streams. Seriously, he is always sniping my streams, man. It's ridiculous. Viper says, Odin doesn't want to hear what a 30-year-old Jeremy has to say. He wishes he was that old. Mirror Jeremy says, well, I'm here, Odin. That's what matters. Hey, I agree. I would rather have the mirrored version of Jeremy any day. Scorpio says, do you think many people will go see Alita Battle Angel International Women's Day rather than Captain Marvel? I think that a solid group will show up. I don't think it's going to break records. I don't think that it's going to outpace Captain Marvel because Captain Marvel is going to be the brand new movie, and there are enough generic audience people that are just going to be like, hey, I'm going to see whatever new movie comes out. I don't care what it is. Yeah, so I think that's the reason why. I think that's the reason why overall that you're going to see some people show up for it. I know that I'm going to pay for a ticket for Alita Battle Angel when I go see Captain Marvel. Let's see. DJD Show says, Odin should be at 15K. He slowed down. He will be fine. Oh, no, dude. No, dude. This is, like, insane. This growth has been absolutely insane. The last week and a half has been totally bonkers. Soul Assassin, is Green Book any good? Yes, it is. Guys, it is fantastic. If Spike Lee is going to turn his back on it, and Spike Lee, you know, is woke as F, you know that that is a movie that you should go see. Green Book is fantastic, guys, and the fact that the Academy, the fact that Hollywood, the fact that critics are attacking it, I covered this in my video today, the fact that you have a CNN article going after Green Book for not being woke enough, for in their minds, quote-unquote, being racist, that should be a movie that everyone supports. Not only should you watch it, it's freaking hilarious. It is the only film, other than like Bohemian Rhapsody and maybe A Star is Born, that I think had any worth nominated at the Oscars, at least for Best Picture. So yes, definitely would recommend it. Minzy, hey Odin, you heard Shazam white sexist defending Captain SJW? Yeah, it was awful. It was cringeworthy. Gannison, why is SJWs with NPCs think they can change the world with their stupidity? I honestly don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, I think it's because they all live in this tiny little bubble together, and so they only hear their own voices echoing off the walls or the voices of the person next to them. And then anytime that they're approached, anytime that you get close to the bubble, they freak out and they go, racist, sexist, and it's hilarious though. It really is. It's also sad. Hypen, Ray versus Holdo versus Rose versus Marvel. Pick your most toxic Mary Sue. At this point, it would definitely have to be Ray, because we don't really know if Captain Marvel is a Mary Sue yet. Just saying. From what I've heard from the trailers, she at least gets some kind of training. So, Gabrielle, what's going on? I plan to rewatch Alita on March 8th as a screw you to Captain Mary Sue. Yeah, I don't know if she's a Mary Sue necessarily. She is definitely woke. She is definitely Captain Woke. There's no question about that. But yes, I agree. I would definitely pay for it as well. Steph, oh, thank you, Steph. Appreciate it. Minzy, your thoughts on Shazam defending Brie Larson? I think that overall, I think his intention was good. However, what came out of his mouth was not only stupid and ignorant, but also just sounded awful in the process. It just didn't work. It really just did not work. Mark Lurseth says Spike Lee had a meltdown. Yeah, he did. He had such a meltdown, and it's hilarious, and that's the reason why you should go support Green Book. Super says, oh, yeah, I wanted to know what you thought about Spike Lee's pathetic temper tantrum. Did you rant in a vid already? Yeah, I already talked about it. My video today was all about Spike Lee. It was all about the Oscars, so go check that out if you want to hear my thoughts on that. But yeah, I made fun of him a lot for having his little temper tantrum. Greta says, it pisses me off that people are saying it's a bad BP win. It's a bad BP win? Black Panther win? Wait, what? Best Picture. Okay, sorry, gotcha. Yeah, so, yeah, that's the other thing, too, is that now there also are articles coming out saying this is the worst Best Picture winner since Crash. I don't know if any of you have ever seen Crash. Crash is total garbage, but also, I don't know if you've seen a lot of the films that have won over the past several years. There's been a lot of garbage films coming out. Moonlight. Need I say more? I could, but I won't. No, Green Book is one of the best movies they have chosen for Best Picture over the past 10 years. No, like seriously, not even being hyperbolic here, it is that damn good. Seriously, when you have a white man and a black man, the black man being highly educated, the white man being a complete idiot, both of them teaching each other something and learning from each other and changing over the course of a film with like a buddy cop type thing. It's great. It's awesome. It's so funny. It's so freaking funny. And also, guys, it's not PC. There's non-PC comedy in there. There's an entire segment about fried chicken. That's how non-PC it is. And the whole segment is hilarious. And it was so great being in the theater because there were some people, like, there were definitely some liberals in there who were like, I don't know if I should be laughing. Is this funny? Am I allowed to? Oh, no. Is there a person of color nearby that I don't want to offend? I don't know if I should laugh or not. Seriously, it's just so funny. It's so good. I love it. Hi, Prim. What's going on, bro? Steph says, I checked in. Geeks and Gamers told Jeremy that Odin said he can't live stream. Yep, I command him not to live stream. Let's see, Scorpio says, what do you think of Brie Larson's proposed all-female Avengers movie she's campaigning for? I mean, good luck. To me, it'll be just like, it'll just be like 2016 Ghostbusters all over again. So, let's see, Dark Detective says, if you could reboot Last Jedi with George Lucas as director, would you? No, not The Last Jedi. I would rather just erase it from existence and start afresh. Darth Hammer says, it's okay, Odin. You're wiser and more powerful than Darth Jeremy the Unwise. His taste in movies is terrifying. Yeah, he's got some questionable taste in movies. And also, guys, just so you know, it took him until this past Sunday to watch Alita Battle Angel. So that should tell you all that you need to know about this so-called Jeremy, this so-called geek and gamer. Zen Waters, what's going on, bruv? Did you hear they're making Marvel a woman? Yes. So, guys, spoiler alert. Since I know every person watching this live stream right now does not care about spoilers, if you don't know anything about Captain Marvel, and if you don't know anything about the story, its first iteration was a person named Mar-Vell. That was the first Captain Marvel, was a Kree alien named Mar-Vell. Mar-Vell is a man. Mar-Vell was always a man and has been a man ever since the comics began. Also, fun fact, Mar-Vell was established by Stan Lee. Stan Lee established Mar-Vell in the original Captain Marvel comics. In this movie, so again, spoiler warning, you've been warned, but I think that most of you probably don't care at this point, because why would you? Again, just look right here. Most of you just don't care, and I'm right there with you. Basically, they've decided to cast Mar-Vell, a man, as Annette Bening. Annette Bening is Mar-Vell, and some people say, I thought she was just this so-called Supreme Intelligence. So the whole story is that the Supreme Intelligence, apparently, appears to every Kree person differently, based on someone important from their life. And so she, Brie Larson's character, Captain Marvel, Captain Mabel, has amnesia. for some reason, has amnesia. And so basically, she sees the Supreme Intelligence as Annette Bening, and so therefore she thinks that it just might be her mother. That maybe she's her mother, and that's the reason why she's appearing this way. She honestly doesn't know. At one point in time, what she does is she goes and she sees a scene from her life, and what you see is a doctor coming out to protect Carol Danvers, and an explosion occur. And who is that doctor? That doctor is Mar-Vell, and who's playing that doctor? Annette Bening. So not only have they gone with a woke iteration of Captain Marvel and Brie Larson, but they have also now gender swapped Mar-Vell. Yes. If you did not think that this movie was woke, if you did not think that this movie was going to play identity politics, they've gender swapped a male character. Also, this character, by the way, was the one established by Stan Lee, and yet this is the movie, and yet somehow this is the movie. Captain Marvel is the movie where you're going to get, in the very beginning, a tribute to Stan Lee, right before they take a giant dump all over his grave by crapping over one of his greatest characters. I wouldn't say greatest characters, but at some point in time on IGN's list, he was listed as the number 24th Avenger. So, I mean, yeah. They're gender swapping it with Annette Bening. I'm going to go ahead and skip the comments because I want to see kind of some of the comments on this. But yeah, so Annette Bening is Mar-Vell, everybody. That's right. Swig of vitamin water. Nemesis 08, I did not check the P.O. box today, so I have not gotten it yet. But thank you. I appreciate it. I can't wait to check it out, man. Glad to know that there is something there. But anyway, while there's a little bit of break in the chat, as people are still not reacting to the fact, guys, Annette Bening is Mar-Vell. A woman is playing Mar-Vell. A woman is playing a male character that was established by Stan Lee. Nothing? No one? No reaction? Okay. Y'all obviously don't care, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. Anyway, let me go ahead and shout out my patrons. A Grey Jedi, Adam Shawhan, Dave Bob, Delete System 32, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Frank the Tank, and the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, Greta Zenner, Harold Francis, the Hunka Chunky, Funky Monkey, Inflamed Wood, Trap Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, Jonathan, Laura Story, Matthew Kadish, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, Projar Sarif, Proper Jeremy, Shenglong, Sir Lance Lato, the DJD Show, those two ball guys, Tina B, and Wolfgang Lounge. You're all amazing and beautiful people. Thank you for being patrons. Trap Production says, not surprised at all, my lord. Yeah, Muffy's like, who cares? I hear you right now, man. I hear you right now. Nemesis 08, I was worried I got the wrong P.O. box. I'll let you know, man. I'll let you know when I go and check it out. Is it, do you have like an actual slip saying that it was delivered? Like, do you have an email saying that it was delivered? Zen says, it's the straw that broke my last holdout of support for the movie. Yep, glad. I mean, yeah, seriously. Yeah, you're welcome. That's one spoiler that you don't have to facepalm to. Jaegerbomb says, we're not surprised at this point, the wokeness in this film. Yeah, seriously, I know. Serb Term Gaming, Odin is the original Marvel from DC Comics. So basically, in DC Comics, there was a Captain Marvel, then there was this whole dispute that occurred, and eventually that character became Shazam in DC, and then Captain Marvel was in the Marvel Comics, and the original one was Mar-Vell, and it was written by Stan Lee. The character was written by Stan Lee and established by Stan Lee, and now in their infinite wisdom, they've now decided to, go in this direction. But anyway, I've also need to get to some super chats, everybody. So let's see. Jaegerbomb, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Say what you will about China being a communist totalitarian diplopia, but at least they have better taste in films and aren't suffering from NPC. Jaegerbomb, that's an excellent point. That is true. That is true. At least they have better taste in movies, right? William Jenkins, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Wow, all of you are great. Nerdrotic, John Talks, and Odin's Movie Blog. All that we are really missing is Uncle Ethan singing, and now Geeks and Gamers is on. Keep up the good fight, Lord Odin. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know that John Talks was live streaming last time I checked. Congratulations to John Talks on hitting 8-8. Dude, he's gone up like 1,000 subs every day for the past like 3 days. All of his last live streams have been 16K, 17K, 18K. He's gonna hit 20K by the weekend. Like, before the weekend. That's awesome. That's so cool. Let's see what we got here. Robert Stone, welcome to the channel. Thune UMS, welcome to the channel. Brian Cotton, welcome to the channel. And Starwoke Inc. Nico, thank you for the super chat. She opens her mouth without wisdom. That is true. She opens her mouth without wisdom. That is a very true statement. Gannison says, Odin, have you seen Warbird Captain Marvel? Now that's an awesome version of Carol Danvers. No, I've actually never seen that before, but I bet it's better. Interdraft Production says, you know what is surprising, my lord? Gordon's alive! Septerm Gaming, did you hear from Alita that the critics blame men? Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Men are always to blame. White men specifically are always to blame. Elda Huga says the woke level for Captain Marvel is over 9,000, and everyone is laughing at how bad it is. Seriously, like, again, this is awesome. This is awesome right here. Right here. 27%. Mech says, it's funny that everyone is pretending that the negative feelings towards Captain Marvel only started. I remember when the film was announced, MCU fans were skeptical right from the start. Yeah, because they were like, wait a minute, this is coming out a month before Infinity War, a month before Endgame, and you're introducing a brand new character who's supposed to be the most powerful character in the MCU right before a movie which is supposed to be the conclusion of one of the most powerful villains in the universe. Oh, this is not good. Angel Butler says, hey, Odin, watching Mulan right now, realizing how great it is her fellow soldiers dressed in drag, singing in Boa Man, and killing it. Damn right, Angel. Dude, Mulan is fantastic. Edward Coleman. Yeah, man, I hope you got the right P.O. box, too, or else someone will indeed be very, very surprised. That'd be hilarious. Scorpio says, I was okay when they gender-swapped Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp because it created a mirroring hem theme of opposites between Hank Pym and his daughter Bill Foster and Ghost. Yeah, and also too, to be honest, that's, to me, again, I'm not a comics person, but that seems like a very small change. But when you're changing the gender of an established character, someone who was an established character for a long time, was a major part of the Avengers for a long time, that, and also when you have no reason to do it either, there's no reason for them to do that at this point. It's not like they don't have enough women in the movie, is what the biggest problem is for me. Flat Riot says, I actually paused my show to watch your channel. Aw, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Dark Detective says, since the Internals movie will come out first, prepare for people calling the New Gods movie a ripoff. William Jenkins, don't forget to like. Lord Odin deserves our likes. Thank you, William Jenkins. I appreciate that, man. Wolfman Creed, if Captain Marvel kills Thanos, I'm done with the MCU. The only reason why I think that won't happen is because I trust the Russos, and I read an interview where the Russos said that that is not what's going to happen, that there is going to be a very smart and well-written conclusion to the story. So I really hope that is indeed the case. Max says, this backlash against Captain M is because the MCU fans have realized that everything they were worried about, what would happen with Captain Marvel, and all those worries have come to fruition. No, I agree. Everyone said, oh god, this could end up being really bad because this is a comic that has been rebooted, you know, 1,000 times since 2012 alone, because no one's reading the damn comic anymore, and yet somehow they're going to bring in this character and this iteration of the character into the MCU that makes very little sense from a financial standpoint. And then on top of that, you put someone in the role who, every time she opens her mouth, she makes some kind of political statement. And on top of that now, too, you have people in the media trying to defend it and say that anyone speaking against it is racist or is sexist. It's amazing to me. It really is. It absolutely is. It's astounding. It's absolutely astounding to me. Super says, I'm really not surprised what they did to Marvel. For a fan of Marvel, Kevin Feige is surprisingly disrespectful to the material. Rip MCU. Okay, gotcha. Darth Hammer says, have you heard Mahler and Rags debate Major Lee on The Last Jedi? Major Lee loves Canto Bight and believes Luke's arc in Last Jedi is amazing and superior in Luke's arc in the original trilogy. Well, he's wrong. I have not seen that, but I'm sure Mahler whipped his ass. 27% is still high. No, I mean, no, it's not high. It's not high. Nemesis says, yeah, it said it was delivered. Okay, anyways, saw your video this morning. Totally agree. Hollywood needs to quit preaching their morality to us because they are so out of touch with reality. It's true. Again, it's absolutely true. They think that they're speaking for everyone when in reality they are not. Hold on one second, guys. All right. Sorry, the wife's out of town. Let me see here. Soul Assassin says, you'll think they'll replace Brie Larson with another actress for the failure of Captain Marvel. At this point, no. At this point, they're kind of stuck, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the future. September Gaming says, sorry for the subject. There is a video that Alita is ruined by men, saying, quote, Alita is man's fantasy of a powerful woman. Yeah, I mean, also, there's the same people trying to say that Alita is sexualized, which is nothing further from, like, seriously, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. She doesn't have any sexual organs, so I don't understand how she could possibly be sexualized. That whole commentary is just so bad. Chief Eddie, what's going on? Mech says, do you think that Feige had to give the green light to Captain Marvel as some kind of compromise to NPCs from Marvel? I don't know if it was that. I honestly think, based on what I've heard of the reports, there is a hardcore group of people called the Carol Corps, which are a bunch of woke feminists that have been trying to push this into the MCU for a long time. And I think that they must have finally gotten some influence at the top and were able to somehow convince somebody to greenlight the project. So, I mean, yeah. Almost everyone universally says, I would rather have seen a Black Widow film at this point, because at least then you're not introducing a new character. You're just, centering a focus on a character before a movie and helping to flesh out her character and many other characters in the process before Endgame. But instead, they decided to introduce a brand new character a month before their final, movie of the phase. It just doesn't make any sense. And Marquez says, if you have a P.O. box, I'll send you some stuff. I do have a P.O. box. It's in the description for this video. You can find it. And also, Heimdall posted out every now and then, and the Valkyrie posted out as well. Yeah, I have a P.O. box. Yeah, guys, send me stuff. And also, if you ever want me to open it live on stream, just either send me a message over an email saying, hey, I sent you something. If you get it, once it comes in, if you could open it on stream, I'd appreciate it, and I'll definitely do that. If you don't want me to open on stream, let me know that too. Just that way I know your wishes overall. And yeah, I'd appreciate it. Elda Kuga says, has it gone down yet? Odin, let's do our first official update of the evening, guys. So right now we see it indeed says 27%. That's right, 27%. And let us see, where is my little refresh button? Where's the refresh button? There it is. And sometimes you have to do it twice. Sometimes you have to do it twice. 3 times and 4 times. All right, it is still 27%, 47,344 reviews, and only 27% of people actually want to see it. That is truly amazing. Dark Detective says, what do you want in Alita 2? The same. If they can just mirror the same badassery of Alita, the same type of action sequences, even more, then I think that it will be able to be a very successful sequel. I think that if they're able to capitalize on the things that worked, and the action sequences, by no doubt in my mind, worked the best, I think that could be cool. Definitely spend some more time in Iron City. Let us know a little bit more about the culture of Iron City, and then also give us a good character arc for the main villain, and give us a good world building of the floating world. The name of it escapes me, but the one that's floating above Iron City. Has it gone? All right, got that one. Scorpion says, the trouble is with Feige saying Captain Marvel is strongest and can easily beat Thanos, is that now Endgame is anticlimactic. As we all know now, she could easily beat him on her own. Yeah, no, seriously. I don't know what they were thinking by saying that. Even if it doesn't happen in the actual story, which I don't think it will, because they're going to lose a lot of people if they do that. I honestly do think that there's going to at least be a clear indication that she is powerful enough to go toe-to-toe with him. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's the one fighting him in the final battle, and then all of a sudden it's because she's fighting him that they're able to take the Infinity Gauntlet off or something like that. Wouldn't surprise me. Starwoke says, I hope it's true, says Starwoke. Zenwater says, who do you think should have won instead of Crash? People wanted Brokeback Mountain, which I found insipid. Seriously, buy a Jason Asses. To be honest, I would rather have had Brokeback Mountain than Crash. I thought Brokeback Mountain was a better film, but also that was the year that Dark Knight should have been nominated. The fact that Dark Knight wasn't nominated and didn't win is, I think, the other reason why people are so mad about that year. But let me just pull up for a second. What was nominated that year? That was 2006. See, Oscars 2006. Best Picture was Brokeback Mountain, Capote, Good Night and Good Luck, or Munich. I mean, to be honest, any of those other films I think would have been better. Brokeback Mountain, again, I would rather have had that win than Crash. Crash just was awful. Say what you will about Brokeback Mountain, but it was a lot better than Crash, I could say. Capote, had never seen it, but hey, sounds better to me. Good Night and Good Luck. I don't know. Munich. Kathleen Kennedy did it. I don't know. But that was the year that Dark Knight probably... No, wait, sorry. 2006. Sorry. That was not the year of Dark Knight. That was not the year of Dark Knight. Sorry, correction. That was not the year of Dark Knight. That was not the year of Dark Knight. Sorry. My bad. That was 2 years later. So, yeah, with this year, Capote or Munich probably would have been a better choice overall. Thank you, Greta. Don't worry. I corrected myself. I noticed it right away. I was like, wait a minute. I'm wrong. Let's see. Super says, in Endgame, Captain Marvel will do all the fighting and all the actual Avengers will just provide moral support because it's strong whammon. Yeah, seriously. Let's see. Mupti. Actually, no, before that, Kelly Chisholm. Welcome to the channel. Mupti, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you ever talk about Brie Larson telling Kevin Feige she wanted to lead an all-female Avengers? Well, I know that Brie Larson, Kevin Feige have mentioned it as well, and I did talk about it a little bit. I think that would be the dumbest thing that they could ever do at this point, especially with everything going on currently with Captain Marvel. They need to be able to truly establish a clear character with Captain Marvel that is separated completely from any identity politics. If they can't do that, they are going to find themselves in a very, very, very bad situation, because if they try and sell us on an all-female Avengers film, and if it is being led by Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, and if this wokeness just continues, at that point, we're going to see ourselves in a very dangerous situation, because the MCU is definitely going to implode at that point, if it hasn't already. Viper Chief says, is Brokeback Mountain a guilty pleasure movie of yours? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Here's my thing about Brokeback Mountain. I hate the movie. I think the performances are phenomenal, though. I think the acting in the movie is fantastic. I'm a huge Heath Ledger fanboy, so I thought that he was great in that movie. Scorpion says, with Captain Marvel allegedly championing women lead films, we all know better than to believe her. What female Marvel characters would you want to see get solo films in the MCU? Well, as I said before, I don't even know male characters that I want to see get solo films, but if anyone deserves it, I feel like Black Widow, since she's been around in the MCU now for a long time, and Scarlett Johansson's on board, and you could definitely get it done. But let me see. Female MCU. No, not MCU. Sorry. Female Marvel characters. Why do that? Ryan Thompson, welcome to the channel. Cooks Cube BTW, welcome to the channel. Manny Desrories, welcome to the channel. The greatest female superheroes. Carol Danvers is listed first. Black Widow, Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is getting her own show. I think that could be good. Jessica Jones. Not in this current iteration. I think Jessica Jones could be a cool character, but not the Netflix version. The Netflix version is woke as F. Storm. Really? I'd rather see a Rogue movie than a Storm movie. But Storm could be. The reason why I don't like Storm is because I think of Halle Berry's Storm, and I hate Halle Berry. So I'm sure if maybe someone else was able to do justice to the character, it could be good. Kamala Khan is listed here as... No. Screw that. Screw that nonsense. Shuri... No. Gamora, yes. Gamora, I would love to see that. Jean Grey, we're already getting that with the next X-Men movie. The Wasp, all right, we're already getting that. Laura Kinney, aka X-23. I would like to see more of that. I think that could be cool. Squirrel Girl sounds so stupid. What? Why is that person listed? What? Apparently those are all the greatest MCU female characters. Slim pickings, if you were to ask me. And Rogue isn't even listed there. Wow. Okay. Sure, website. Elder Hugo says, what if Steve Harvey was hosting the Oscars and at the best picture he said, I have to apologize, and then said Black Panther won? That would be freaking hilarious if they did that. Darth Paladin Gaming, what's going on, bruv? Wolfman Creed says, Odin, I'm renaming Captain Marvel. She is now Captain Flatbutt. Okay. Genesis says, Odin, you should Google search Warboard Captain Marvel. She's hot. Nah, I'm all right, man. But I'm glad that you think so. Subterm Gaming says, who would win in a fight, Alita or Ghost Rider? Alita. Of course. Of course. Scorpio says, oh, I wouldn't mind a Nebula solo movie. Nebula would be a good one, too. Either that or make her part of a team. You know what I would want to see? Speaking of team-up movies, let's get a Gamora Nebula film. Both actors I like. Both characters I like. I think that could work. Do a little buddy cop stuff? Sure. Why not? I'd rather see that than a freaking Captain Marvel-led film. That's for damn sure. Let's see. Alan Spark says, dude, why are you hating on Halle's sweet sexual chocolate berry? Because she can't act. Halle Berry cannot act. She won an Oscar. I've seen her so-called Oscar-worthy performance. It wasn't. Decay79, what's going on? How about Marrow if you're including X-Men anyway? I don't even know who Marrow is. As I said before, I'm not a comics guy, so there are a lot of characters I don't know. But, hey, sounds good to me. Starwoke says, Sentry. Don't know who that is, but sounds awesome. Super says, that list is a lie. It's probably based on Marvel's current lineup. Squirrel Girl is infuriating trash. Yeah, I know. I don't know what website that was, but it was actually, no, it was a Marvel website. It was like Marvel.com. So it was some article at Marvel.com that was saying that. So I think that's hilarious. Jagan says, Gamora Nebula film sounds great. Seriously, man. Dude, I say freaking all the time, man. Tina calling me out. Gamora, I'm all about Ventress. That's Star Wars. I'd be all for a Ventress film for Star Wars. I think that could be really cool. Maybe or Tessa Thompson could be Black Thor. No. Valkyrie though. I know I'm kind of alone there. I actually would like to see a Valkyrie film. I overall, I don't like Tessa Thompson's politics, but as a character, I thought she was fine. Sith Lord Luke Skywalker, what's going on, bruv? Septerm Gaming, who in your opinion should play the next Wolverine, and is he bought by Marvel? And is he bought by Marvel? I don't know what you mean by bought by Marvel. But one name that I've heard thrown around for a couple of characters that... Now don't get me wrong here. I wouldn't mind seeing Zac Efron. I don't know if he would be good. But just keep this in mind. A lot of people, sorry, my watch is getting blown up. God, I'm in this Twitter chat with like a crap ton of other channels, and sometimes they just go like non-stop, and they don't shut up, and it's so annoying. But anyway, but don't hear me out. A lot of people mocked Heath Ledger for being cast as the Joker, and he did awesome. I don't think people realize how far Zac Efron has come since High School Musical. If anyone could pull it off, why not? We're living in the age of Captain Marvel, everybody. Why the hell not? Tina says, no, Odin. Don't bring back memories of Halle Berry's Oscar-winning performance. The nightmares begin again. God, she's so bad. Wolfman Cree says, Halle Berry is fine. Every movie needs eye candy. No. She cannot act. She could not act her way out of a paper bag. That's how bad she is. Alex Martinez, what's going on, bruv? G-Monkey says, Tree Larson also won an Oscar. Enough said. Oscars don't count for crap. Sorry, Greta. Here's the thing, though. Brie Larson was great in Room. If I will defend Brie Larson in any arena, it's for Room. She was great in Room. No question. Doesn't mean she was great in anything else she's done. Doesn't mean that she's a great singer. Doesn't mean that she's going to be a great Captain Marvel. But I will defend her in Room. All right? I think that her performance in Room was fantastic. Let's see. Dark Detective says, Kratos is coming for you in the next game. Oh, well, we'll see about that. Zenwater says, Squirrel Girl is a gag character. A comedy wouldn't be terrible. Not as a film. Most Marvel characters work best in teams. That's what I figure. Domino, someone said. All right. Yeah, I think that Domino could probably work. Ooh, that's actually really good because Domino has been reborn in the Deadpool franchise, so that could work. That could actually work a lot. I like the actress that they chose to play Domino. I think that she could probably pull off some kind of a film. Super says, and that makes sense. Marvel's constantly pushing their stuff. And it's so irritating because they're almost the sole reason the industry is dying. Makes a lot of sense. Laura loves her some Zac Efron. Septerm Gaming, like Spider-Man was bought by Sony since Taz until Homecoming. Well, no, because remember that when it comes to, at least with X-Men, that's a part of the Fox deal because Fox owns them. So in the Fox deal with Disney, Disney is going to get control. Marvel, the MCU is going to get control of all of the X-Men characters and also the Fantastic Four as well. The only person that they will not yet have control over is Spider-Man. But they are obviously working in this very, very cool relationship right now that I think is working out for both of them very well. Let's see. The Dark Dragon, welcome to the channel. Let's see. Scorpion says, I feel like if they want to do a female team-up movie, don't make it an Avengers film, but make it about Valkyrie attempting to build a new team of Valkyries for the MCU heroes. Revengers, I mean, seriously, Revengers. Make a Revengers film. That could be freaking awesome, and Valkyrie is a huge part of that, so go ahead and do it, man. That could definitely work. That could definitely work. Alan Sparks says, nope. Dark Detective says, Alita versus Wonder Woman, who would win? Alita. Trap says, I think Zach could pull it off. I think Zach could pull it off, me lord. I'm glad to hear it. It's Trap Productions. Eddie Marquez says Zach would work as Logan. He's young enough too where he could grow into the character. Because also, don't think of smiling Zac Efron. Think of makeup, hairstylist, and the fact that he's already a jacked guy. He could get even more jacked. I don't know. I think that he could definitely work as a younger Logan for sure. I really do. I really do. Zen Water says, I pegged Zac Efron as a good actor back when he was in High School Musical. Really? Interesting. I wouldn't have gone back that far. It was actually one of the first films that he did. It was called Me and Orson Welles. Look it up. Young Zac Efron before he got into the comedy gigs. And it was at that film that I was impressed with his acting ability. Gannison says, Odin, who should play a female version of Wolverine, a.k.a. Laura, if they made female Wolverine movie? I wouldn't mind as much if they took the girl that they cast for Logan and followed her growing up. I think that could be really cool. I mean, speaking of films, like, you could make that a series and have her literally grow up on screen and become the character from the comics. I think that could be really cool. Zen Water says, you mean you didn't like Halle Berry's African accent in X-Men 1? Good God. Oh my God. Don't remind me of that nonsense. I totally forgot about that. Tina says, I can only go by Ode's opinion about her in Room. I'll never know. I would watch it. It's a good movie. It really is. Subterm Gaming says, I realized Brie Larson was in 21 Jump Street. Yeah, she was. I mean, it was a comedy, so she's fine in the movie. Short Term 12 will be another film that I think that she was good in. So Soulazaz says, since Logan, I want to see an X-23 film. I would be down for that. Laura says, Odin loves Zach. I do. I have a man crush on Zac Efron. Deal with it, okay? He is a beautiful man, and he's got a beautiful voice. Leave me alone, please. Let's see. September Gaming says, out of 6 stars, Star Wars Episode 3. 4.5. And then I would do 2 stars for Phantom Menace, 1 star for Clone Wars. Jay75 says, don't leave out High School Musical 2. Oh, how could I forget? Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on me. Oh my gosh, that entire song with him dancing through the golf course is so good. Oh my God, seriously, look it up one day. And then, after you watch the original video, watch variations of that video of him dancing to other songs, because there's one version where he dances to I Feel Pretty, and all of his dancing matches up perfectly. It's so good. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on me. Oh my God, that movie. It's been so long and I still remember that stuff. Dark Detective says, the guy who plays John Wick could be a great Wolverine. I would say yes, but dude, that's Keanu Reeves, and I think he's too old to start playing Wolverine. He's too old, so I would not want him there. We've already done an old man Logan. We've already done an older. I think that the next Logan should be a younger guy. Should be a guy in his mid 20s to early 30s. I think that's the next person that they should look for, because I think that, because obviously Wolverine is such a great character in the X-Men universe that you need someone who has staying power. The reason why Hugh Jackman worked was because he was able to last over 10 years as that character. And even though he was, a lot older by the time the last movie Logan came around, he was still young enough to be able to stay in that monster shape. But it's a lot easier for a younger guy to do and to maintain. So I think that they're going to go for a younger guy that can pull it off. And I think that Zac Efron might actually fit that bill pretty nicely since he's about my age. So he's around 30. So it might actually work out pretty well for him. Scorpion says, I'm thinking it would be cool to bring back Loki, Yondu, and Quicksilver, especially Quicksilver. The MCU needs a speedster. Oh, man. Their version, the X-Men version of Quicksilver, so much better than the MCU version of Quicksilver. Good God. Super says, speaking of X-Men, can't remember where I read, but looks like another test screening of Dark Phoenix failed again. Director is lifelong X-Men producer. Opinions on producers becoming directors. Well, seeing that the last X-Men movie failed, I don't have high hopes. If it's not doing well in test screenings, I think Dark Phoenix is going to be another Apocalypse, and that makes me sad because you had two awesome movies. You had First Class, which is one of my favorite X-Men movies of all time. You then had Days of Future Past, which is also a freaking solid X-Men movie. And then you had Stupid Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix. Even the trailers don't sell me on that, and it's really sad. It's really sad that it looks like that movie might not be as good as it should. Soul Assassin says, Zac Efron and Logan, the younger years. No, seriously. Like, get him, and then if you choose him, and if the fans react to him and accept him, and I think he's got the personality to make fans happy. I think that's the other reason why I like him, too, is that he's never been known as a political guy. So he's a guy that's going to, reach out to the fans and be present to the fans, and I think that that's what most people want in a superhero. I think that he would actually be a good choice overall. I think he's got all of those pieces. Zen Waters, maybe it was just Zach's performance compared to everyone else in High School Musical. Yeah, it could have been that. It could have been that. Tina says, I will never watch it. Room. I have only so many years left in my life. All right, Tina, well, I know what movie I'm recommending for our next movie night. Oh, that's what you've done. John Men, thank you very much for the $5 super chat, says, how badly do you think it'll backfire if they make a Miss Marvel movie? It's been rumored, threatened for years. I like how you say threatened after rumored. It's going to depend on how Captain Marvel does. If a Captain Marvel does worse than my own predictions, because, again, I'm being very generous. I gave $550 million worldwide gross, which would be a standard MCU film, and a $90 million opening. If it does closer to $75-80 million opening weekend and closer to $450 million global, that's when they're going to have to rethink almost anything they have planned for the future. Kamala Khan could work under the right circumstances. Again, I'm not going to write off her character completely, even though I know her character, the origin of her character is just steeped in identity politics. However, any film, any character can be redeemed, or at the very least can be, what's the word I'm thinking of? Rehabbed. Can be rehabbed by the right person. And I think that and hope that if and when Captain Marvel doesn't live up to their expectations, doesn't live up to the hype, that they realize, all right, let's course correct, get this done right, and then we can move forward. So that's what I think, John, man. Thank you, man. Mariano Capetta, welcome to the channel. DK says, Keanu can't play Wolverine for crap. Yeah, you add on to that as well, and I would agree with you for sure. Yeah, I already think he's too old to play the character, and I love him as John Wick. He's awesome as John Wick, but John Wick is not Wolverine, so... Super says, is it weird that I grew up in the 2000s and have never seen High School Musical? That is kind of odd. That is kind of... I grew up in the 90s. So that was right at the tail end of my time with the Disney Channel. Wolfman Creed says, Danny DeVito for Wolverine, search over. Oh my God. Wolfman Creed, seriously, let us start a change.org petition for Danny frickin' DeVito to get one chance, one opportunity to play Wolverine. That would be freaking phenomenal. Soul Sass says Keanu Reeves should play Darth Revan in an old Republic film. Prove me wrong. I don't know enough about Darth Revan. However, from what I've seen in pictures, that could work. CF Productions, what's going on, brother? G Monkey, how about Scott Eastwood for Wolverine? That could work. He could probably pull off the gruffiness. Definitely the physicality. I don't know if he's got the acting chops for it, though. I don't know if he's been in the business long enough, to be honest. Mike Rafferty, welcome to the channel. So I'll have to think about that one. Zenwater says, is it just me that I'm so much... Is it just that I'm so much of a Jean Grey fan that I loved Apocalypse? I mean, I didn't make me like X-Men 3. Yeah, X-Men 3 Last Stand is still one of the worst, but Apocalypse was just it was bad. It was just, for me, it was just such a bland film. After 2 special event films, that film was just a giant letdown. Not to mention that Apocalypse himself was just very poorly directed and very, very poorly written. Wolfman Creed says, Star Wars should do another trilogy continuing the Skywalker saga and have a time jump, then have Keanu Reeves play an older Kylo Ren. Oh, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. Let's just skip episode 9 and go straight to that. That's just so we can get Keanu Reeves with a lightsaber. Dark Detective says, Wolverine's hair will look really weird on Zach. You say that, but then again, trust me, Hollywood magic can do amazing things. Because also, keep this in mind, he wouldn't be the same size. Guarantee you that he would probably put on a good 10 to 15 pounds of muscle to play that role, at least. And I think that at that point, it might look a little bit better on him. So, never say never, they say. Liam Hemsworth. Liam Hemsworth. Okay. That could be interesting. You'd have a little bit of the superhero battles between him and his brother. That's for sure. Super says, no. Bad Kamala Khan. Go away. Nobody likes you. Salvage. That could be another word for it. I like rehab better. Dave Bob says, Captain Marvel will bomb in the foreign market. Oh, I predict that. No question. It's going to bomb. I mean, the fact that I don't think China's going to show up for it at all is going to be a huge blow to it, especially since MCU films have depended for a large portion of their foreign take on China. At least $100 million from China is what they normally expect. This one might not even make 50 in China. Edward Coleman says, Zac Efron would be a great as Zach Morris in Saved by the Bell remake. That is true. Dardetta says, how are they going to explain Batman being younger in future DC movies? I don't know. The DCU has put themselves into a giant bind, unfortunately, and it all stems from the fact that they need a frontrunner. They need somebody controlling the reins of the DCEU. Zack Snyder was not that guy. I know there are plenty of Zack Snyder defenders out there, but no one can defend the way that he ran the stories and everything around the DCEU, because I'm sorry, the DCU was driven into the ground because of very poor management. And it all starts at the top. They need someone else at the top. They need someone else to be, controlling the reins. And it sounds like they're going to have to reboot a couple of characters. They have Wonder Woman is set. Wonder Woman is fine. Is in great hands with the people they have right now. Aquaman, great hands with the people they have right now. Batman needs to be redone. Superman, you have an actor that's willing to play it. That's fine. But you need to get a better director and writer to make a good superhero film. To make a good Superman film. DK79 says, any character is possible. Color or gender should not matter if you write it right. No, exactly right. If you have a good writer, any character can be salvaged. Let's see what we got here. Dark Detective says, hold on, Scorpion says, yes, Miss Marvel Kamala Khan may very well have been created for SJW purposes, but in the comics, the writing was solid, and she fast became a solid character in her own right. I'm glad to hear that. I'm very glad to hear that. Dark Detective says, Marvel now knows how to approach Captain Marvel 2, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. Viper Chief says, why did you let someone else steal my casting for Darth Revan? I don't know. I didn't steal it. I didn't allow anything. CI Productions, what about Tom Hardy as Wolverine? I don't think he would, because I'm pretty sure he's going to come on for Venom 2. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a Venom 2, and I'm pretty sure he's going to sign on for it for a lot of money. So I don't know if he'll be available in a timely manner for it. Scorpion says, same with Miles Morales again. Maybe they have created initially to push SJW politics, but he now, thanks to good writing, is an epic character in his own right, which is the reason why I think Spider-Verse was a great movie. So again, you can definitely have good writing that can make a good character. Writing makes the character in a lot of situations. Darth Amber says, Hugh Jackman's best performance is in Denis Villeneuve's Prisoners. Oh my God, yes. Yes, 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 yes. If you've never seen Prisoners, guys, do yourself a favor. It's a long movie, but the payoff is so freaking worth everything. It is a masterclass in filmmaking. Denis Villeneuve, every movie he makes is a masterclass in filmmaking. Gannison, Jeremy is telling Jar Jar is better than Captain Marvel. Nice. Nice. Go ahead and tell Jeremy to screw himself for stealing my live stream time. How dare he? He knows better. Suicide Grunt says, it was X-Men featuring Blue Shrek who killed people with sand. What a bad movie. He kind of was Blue Shrek. He kind of was Blue Shrek. Wolfman Creed says, or Keanu play a Jedi, period. Oh, yeah. That could be cool. Never a missed opportunity. Keanu could always play a Jedi, man. Soul Assassin. X-Men Apocalypse should have done an ancient Egypt movie with mutants fighting each other. That could have been cool. That could have been awesome. Viper says, Odin should dog is not amused. No, she's just asleep. She's just asleep. Dark Detective says, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I want to see Captain Marvel over Hellboy. What? Oh, no. Based on trailers, I'm more interested in Hellboy. That's for sure. Thomas Gilkey, thank you very much for the $5 super chat, man. Just wanted to say thank you for what you do. Just got home from Pensacon in Pensacola, Florida. Got to meet some really good actors. Oh, man, you actually went to Pensacon. Well, I hope that you had fun. I hope that it was a safe experience for you. I know that you met Jeremy. It was really cool to see you in those videos, dude. And thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. Hope that you had a good time over there. Thug Life Jeremy, what's going on, Thug Life Jeremy? Hail Lord Odin. So many streams at the same time. Recently, I'm literally playing 2 at the same time. I know, dude. Well, my stream, was already planned in advance. So I can't speak for them. I can only speak for myself. My streams are always Monday, Tuesday, Saturday. And every now and then I'll do a surprise stream. And normally what I'll do is I'll try and make sure no one else is streaming because I don't try and steal streams from other people, Jeremy, over at Geeks and Gamers. God, he's such a toxic white male. I hate him. I hate him. Do it. Halo Joe, what's going on? Hey, Odin, what do you think about the Halo show, or does it not affect you? I don't know anything about the Halo show. Are they doing a show based off the Halo game series? That sounds kind of cool. John Madden says, speaking of Batman, what about Armie Hammer's dumb self-loving comments recently? I saw the coverage of that, but then I also saw the source apparently was The Independent. And so I want to look at the comments myself. I want to make sure the interview was legit before I make comments on it. If he did make those comments and we have like a recording or an official press release from it, then yeah, he is an idiot. He is an absolute idiot talking about white masculinity. Man, so stupid. I don't think he'll be Batman now because of that at the very least. Abe's Nate Boy says, but I can't have a late one tonight. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to be going on too much longer, guys. I'll probably finish in about 15 minutes or so because I like my Monday, Tuesday streams to be about an hour and a half. Get nice, solid streams overall. CF Productions says, Keanu Reeves as a Jedi, just don't give him a space pet. No, all you need to do is give him a freaking lightsaber and let him go to town, man. Wolfman Creed says, I think Jeremy has been drinking energy drinks all day. He seems very hyped up right now. He's always hyped up. He's always freaking hyped up, man. Soul Assassin says, John Wick on Star Wars, take my money. He'll take on the entire First Order on his own. Oh my God. Could you imagine if you had freaking Keanu Reeves as not only a Jedi, but as John Wick the Jedi? Holy crap. That would be amazing. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do our update. Let's refresh this page. Where we at? All right, we're still at 27%. Still at 27%. Still hilarious, though. Still absolutely hilarious. Also, for Laura, I just finished the Rebels series, and even though I actually think season 1 of Rebels may have been my favorite, like overall season, there were some really good episodes in season 2 and season 3. Season 4 was by far my least favorite season. However, the World Between Worlds situation was really cool. And there were a couple of moments in the end episode that were pretty cool. But overall, I was actually disappointed with the finale. And I think that you could tell that they were kind of rushed to try and find a way to end it, since they didn't give it a full, a real full season to be able to finish the overall story arcs. But there's a death in the last season that I thought was pretty powerful. I did appreciate that one. I thought that one was very well done. Viper Chief says, Jeremy is trying to steal Odin's thunder. Yeah, seriously, dude. Jeremy sucks. I hate Jeremy. Jeremy is trying to steal everything from me. Will Gender says, it's time to rain down the Odin power on Jeremy. Damn freaking right, with his white Alabama privilege. Drama alert. Yes. I'm calling him out. I'm calling him out, that asshat. That's right, Jeremy's an asshat. I'm calling him out right now. Stealing my live stream time. How dare he? Brad Noble says, Odin seems less white. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I guess it depends on who you ask. Thug Life Jeremy. There's going to be a Halo TV series directed by the guy who made Robin Hood 2018. Ooh, well, Robin Hood 2018 wasn't very good from everything that I read about it, but color me interested at the very least. Scorpion says, what do you think about Birds of Prey? Do you think it looks like a fun time or super woke to you? Preliminary thoughts, super woke. Because of some of the casting choices they've made, and also because the writer for the movie, I already know, is not a good writer. I don't know if she's woke, but she's not a good writer. I know that for a fact. So, yeah, I am definitely worried about Birds of Prey. I don't think it's going to be a good movie. Viper says, Odin doesn't cross the streams. No, I don't. I don't believe in crossing the streams, man. It's all about respect. And Jeremy has shown me everything that I need to know about how little he respects me as a person. Gosh. Gennison says, have you played God of War PS4? I don't have a PS4, but I've heard great things about God of War. I hear it's a wonderful game. I hear it's an awesome game. Serpterm Gaming says, how much money does Lita need to make for a squeal? I think he meant sequel. The break-even number for Alita is $430 million. All right, that's the break-even number. As of today, looking at the box office numbers, it's made $264.8 million worldwide. If it continues to make money, and if this ends up being that 60% box office take, then you're looking at it making at the very least $430 million. So pretty much barely breaking even. If this, though, is just the sign of what is going to be a very, very good showing in China and a good showing across the world, then we're going to be looking at closer numbers to a $500 million mark. And I think that if this movie can get to $500 million, it's going to merit itself a sequel. No question about it. Cia Production says, Wick, a Star Wars story. That'd be awesome. I'd love that. Soul Assassin, who was your favorite Rebels character? Ooh. Oh, I forget the guy's name. It's more of a creature than anything else. But I really, really enjoyed the gray Jedi-like character. I forgot the name of it. Oh, but it was like the gray Jedi. The introduction of the gray Jedi and the middle ground of the Force, I really loved. I thought it was awesome. He may have been one of my favorites. Darth Hammer says, Jar Jar Abrams said The Last Jedi Backlash doesn't affect Episode 9. No. He said that a while ago, and then there was an interview that came out recently, and he didn't actually say it had no impact. What he actually said was he actually deflected the question and then said, oh, every movie is his own movie, and it's going to stand on its own merit. So it's funny because he, at one point in time, did indeed say it had no impact. But that was like a long time ago before all this backlash really got, fully started. And now he's deflecting. So I think that he's a little bit more aware that, maybe I can't go after the fans. Subterm Gaming says, when is the Kenobi movie going to come out? It's not announced. So I would say it's probably not going to come out into theaters. Possibly ever. And if it does, 2022 would be my guess. 2022. Doc Holliday, you can't steal Odin's thunder. Damn right. Cia Productions says, put the stream down, Jeremy. Put it down now. Jeremy, put it down. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm right here. Jeremy, I'm right here. What are you doing? Come and get me. Yes. Decay, Odin did not have thunder. Viper says, Odin is Mexican. I'm Mexican now? What? So my dog Willow just totally was like, oh, God, Dad, why did you have to do that? Thug Life Jeremy says, call Keemstar, call KSI and Logan Paul. Odin versus Jeremy, drama and boxing match. Oh, my God, yes. By the way, I would whoop his little ass. I would whoop his ass so bad. And you heard it here, folks. Eddie Marquez, Odin, you tell him, brother, for stealing your stream time. He is taking my stream time, man. Bendu, thank you very much, Bjorn. Yes, Bendu. I freaking love Bendu, man. Septerm says, thank you, Japan, the origin of Alita. No. So Japan, it's actually not doing nearly as well as I thought. China is where it's doing amazing. China, it's rocking it right now. Super says, I have no idea why they have turned Birds of Prey into a Harley Quinn kind of spin-off. Wish they would have stuck with the comics and used Oracle. Yeah, I hear you there. Dude, Bendu was so good. Yes, Laura. Thank you, too. Bendu was so great. Yeah, see Alita. She needs you more than Star Wars. That's for damn true, man. Go support Alita, guys. The Life Jeremy says, I saw a vid you might find interesting talking about fans versus critics of Rotten Tomatoes, but saying fans are wrong. Well, I wouldn't be interested in that because that is incorrect. Now, am I saying that the fans are right about everything? Not necessarily, but what I am saying is that oftentimes, oh boy, what do we got here? My favorite profiles that have been coming up on Twitter are any of these ones that have the stupid Captain Marvel logo in it, because you know that it's just a Captain Marvel bot. Like, seriously. Joined in 2015, and yet her profile picture is Brie Larson. She's got the freaking Captain Marvel stuff everywhere. It's, like, ridiculous. So the article, the headline that this person posted was, Gal Gadot, either you're a feminist or you're a sexist. Well, the reason why she said that, because context is important, feminist, or as I like to call them, feminazis, because they're not real feminists. She's talking about actual feminism, like first wave feminism, actual equality, of which anyone in their right mind who isn't a sexist supports, because real feminism is a good thing. Real equality is a good thing. Thinking that men and women should be treated the same. Thinking that women shouldn't be treated like trash. Thinking that women shouldn't be treated like second class. Those are all things that you should feel. And if you don't feel that way, then yes, you indeed are a sexist. But that is the feminism that Gal Gadot is talking about. She is not talking about third and fourth wave feminism like freaking Brie Larson is. Get your head out of your asses. Take the damn Captain Marvel stuff out of your damn profile and go read a book. Stop listening to your college professors who are lying to you and read a freaking book, man. Whew. Lord Almighty. Super Anime Gamer says, well, technically Backlash doesn't have to have an impact if JJ already knew what he was going to do. Fans were right. That's it. That's, yeah. No, it's not Tuma. It's not. Joe Manganiello for Wolverine. Potentially. The scruffiness for sure. Zol says, did you hear that Funimation is not allowing people to cancel their subs? Heard this on the Hero High channel. I don't see why there's no reason why, no. I can't imagine that they're not letting people cancel their subscriptions. That doesn't make any sense. Why would, no. You can't force someone to keep on paying for a subscription. That's not how it works. Unless they sign a contract. But even then, that would be hard for them to do. Great Arnie says, Decay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Scorpion says, with Warner Brothers announcing every character under the sun getting their own movie, when do you think they will announce a Crypto the Superdog solo film? 2025. Final answer, 2025 for Crypto the Superdog. Wolfman Creed. Kathleen Kennedy's contract will have to end before we get Star Wars movies we want. Yeah, and I think the 3-year contract extension was a smokescreen because, please note, they have not had an official press release about that yet. The only place we heard about the contract extension was at a leaked source from like the Hollywood Reporter. So, Soul Assassin, Odin, a Mexican Ola brother. Nah. I've been to Mexico. Wolfman Creed. Yeah, all right, I got that comment. Man, this chat is crazy. Man, y'all are crazy right now. Let's see. Tina says, Odin, the God of Thunder versus Jeremy and his Roll Tide. I'd pay to see that, and I'd whoop his ass, man. Let's see. 70B says, "Holla, Odin." Damn right. Either holla or hola. Oh, no. Hola, Odin. Yeah. Ay, 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 ay. Fight, says Laura. Matthew Godet said, Lucasfilm producing the trilogy as loosely connected standalone films with the same characters was a failure. Yeah, seriously, to call this so-called sequel trilogy a trilogy at this point is a freaking farce. Hybrid says, if you fought Jeremy, I want it to be better and more entertaining than the fight between Peter and Harry in Spider-Man 3. Oh, you know it, man. You know it. Let them fight. Lightsaber fight, says Casey Mobley. Yes. Oh, it's a lightsaber fight? I'm going to whoop his ass. You might know that. You might not know this. I actually have, not to toot my own horn, but back when I was 15 years old, I got my second-degree black belt in karate. So, no, I actually do. I have a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, and I also took several classes on samurai sword training. And let me just put it this way. If you put a sword in my hand, I will whoop Jeremy's ass. The one person who could whip my ass with a sword that I know of on YouTube is Jessie Milestone, because she fences. And she's a ref for fencing. So she would probably be my only match. Maybe Ivan Ortega. Because Ivan Ortega is a sexy beast. And I love Ivan Ortega. And I would never fight Ivan Ortega. I would never fight Ivan Ortega. Jeremy, I would totally fight him. I would take him out. Maybe we should do that at Star Wars Celebration. Avis Snayboy says, Alita wasn't a huge property in Japan to begin with. I think it was actually a lot bigger in the West in real. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. Will Gentry, how can a fan be wrong? To be a fan, all you need is an opinion. How can an opinion be wrong? That's the kind of thing that these nutballs would say. Yeah, seriously. I agree. The problem with critics is that critics are supposed to be the objective voice. You know, critics are the ones that are supposed to say, all right, the editing was very well done, well paced. The writing was solid. You know, not a lot of plot holes. The direction was solid. Everything flows well. They're supposed to be the objective standard bearers. That's what film criticism is supposed to be. The audience score used to be, oh, that's where you're going to find out, is it enjoyable? Can I turn my mind off and enjoy it? But now the critics have just injected so much of their own subjective opinion into their reviews that it's become an even greater farce, because now they prop up films that aren't necessarily the best objectively, the best objective films in the universe, Last Jedi being a great example of that. And they prop it up because it fits and falls in line with their own identity politics, and because it's properties that they want to protect, and it's because they want to protect their press passes and everything else. And then the audience ratings end up being the more accurate because it portrays not only the fact that the movie's not good, but also how fans overall feel about it. So yeah, it's a very interesting dichotomy there. Soul Assassin says, I like Sabine Wren from Rebels. I know I'm a toxic male and proud. Dude, Sabine Wren I thought was cool. I know there's a lot of people that argued for her being a Mary Sue early on, but she at least had training at the academy and everything. So I think that, and also not to mention, she came from a Mandalorian. She's a Mandalorian. Like, the Mandalorians have fighting in their blood. So anyone that was trying to say that she was a Mary Sue, I was like, nah, I like her. I like her a lot. Gal Gadot is indeed a goddess, for sure. Absolutely. Gannison says, Jeremy is talking about Alita, that people should go see it on the 8th of March instead of Captain Marvel. Dude, seriously? So now Jeremy's stealing my lines. See, I was all for Alita Battle Angel, and now he's acting like, oh, I'm all up in the Alita Battle Angel now. And Gannison was on Alita before I was, and I'm always going to give him credit for it. You think Jeremy's going to give credit to anyone else? No. That's what white privilege is, everybody. If you want to see white privilege, you watch his stream. That's what you do. Thug Life Jeremy says, so many of these Captain Marvel accounts are hilarious. First person to block me on Twitter was one of these Captain Marvel accounts commenting on your post, Odin. It wasn't even a Captain Woke tweet. Yeah, seriously. God, they're so awful. Super says, Gal Gadot believes in respecting women, whereas Brie Larson believes in endlessly worshiping the whammon. Yes, there's a huge difference between the two. Laura says, yeah, we need to do a Rebels stream. I hate the way they ended the show. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. That's something that we can talk about during the next Patreon stream. That could be our big topic. Eddie Marquez says, Odin, mi hermano, what's going on, bruv? What's going on, bruv? Wolfman Creed says, on the Funimation topic, some new shady update doesn't let people cancel their subscriptions. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there has to be a way to cancel. There just has to be. That doesn't sound right to me. Viper Chief says, I would beat your ass in a lightsaber duel, and I'm a white belt in karate. No, you wouldn't. If you're just a white belt in karate, I would whoop your candy ass, son. Matthew Goddard says, have you trained in kendo? No, I have not. I actually would like to train in another martial art. And, like, actually go legit. Not do, like, Americanized martial arts, but actually go to a legit martial arts studio. I think that would be a lot of fun. CF Production says, Odin versus Jeremy? My gosh. My gosh. My gosh. Look a little Luke Skywalker. Junior's gonna cry. Yeah, he sells Zorro. Soulzaz says, start a second channel to teach us sword fighting and martial arts. We'll be your Sith army. Do it already. It would be so hard for me. I'm not qualified to teach anything. It's been years since I learned that stuff. But if you put a sword in my hand, it's just going to come back to me. Only if I fight Jeremy, though. Bergama says, Ivan has trained in the ways of the lightsaber. Yes, he has. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wolfman Cree says, yeah, besides Jeremy, just got his first true lightsaber. You're Luke and he's Rey. Yeah, I said it. Boom! Wolfman Creed throwing shade at Jeremy. You heard that, Jeremy? Jeremy, you're Rey. Jeremy, you're Rey. How does that make you feel? You've just been compared to Rey the Mary Sue. Can't see me now. Cannot see me. Laura says, Odin wants to fight you at Celebration. Yes, please tell him. Please tell him. Zen Waters, Chopper is my favorite from Rebels. Reminds me of me. Chopper is awesome. Yes. Chopper is just the most consistent character in Rebels. I love him. Zeb is great too. I love Zeb. Zeb is fun. I love that entire crew, to be honest. I think the entire crew is great. There's not a weak character amongst them. Scorpion says, with the rumors that John Connor will have died as a kid and be replaced by a female lead and Arnie going evil again, do you think Terminator 6, now 3, will be super woke? I'm concerned. After the first picture came out, yes. Did you see the supposed to be female Terminator that is purposely made to look androgynous? I'm pretty sure they're doing that for a reason. Pretty sure they're doing that for a reason, everybody. Let's see. Abe Boy says, we were on Alita's case first. Oh, damn right, son. Damn right. Alex Martinez says, how excited are you to watch Captain Marvel? The rating system is from 1, you don't respect women and are a sexist, to 10, you respect women. I'm at a 1 then. Bjorn, gas Jeremy is moving in on your turf. Odin, get him. Damn right, son. Dion says, in the last 50 years or so, who do you think is your top 3 best movie critics, radio or television? Oh. Last 50 years, I have to throw out mad respects to Siskel and Ebert, just because, I mean, they are iconic when it comes to, they're the ones that made film criticism mainstream. And I honestly, I cannot think of a third that could be on their same level. Will Gentry says, oh, hell nah, Jeremy doesn't have any white privilege. He's too much of a redneck for that. Now, if you want male toxicity, Jeremy is the man to go to. Okay, I got you. Tina says, yeah. We're going to Rumble tonight. Once you're a jet all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day. And let's get one more fresh in here. What we got? Still 27%. I'm sure it'll drop before the night is over. Not while I'm on stream, because we're gonna end the stream in a few minutes, guys. Weren't we all on your case about 8-Bit Snake Boy? Yes, you were. You got on my case, and I listened to you almost immediately, almost as soon as I could. Jeremy waited 2 weeks, man. Viper says, you underestimate my power. James Clark, hail Odin, hail to you, good sir. Alex Martinez says, the system can also be an 11. That means you respect women, and it's ma'am. Yeah, shots fired indeed. Shots fired indeed. Bjorn says, I'm not qualified to teach. What is your line of work? To teach sword fighting, Bjorn. I'm not a doctor, damn. Yep, drop the damn mic. Laura says, do you know who voiced Chopper? Yes, it was Dave Filoni. And I love it. I love finding out it was Dave Filoni. Halo Joe. Hey, Odin, do you see a pattern? X-Men The Last Stand was bad. The Last Jedi was bad. Almost every movie that says the final chapter or the last part is bad. Yeah, but then Return of the Jedi is the last part of it, and it did very well. I think that John Wick 3 is going to be really good. I think that you can find other films. There's a lot of final ends to trilogies that are good. I guess if you mean anything that says final chapter, like literally final chapter or anything with the last, then I think that you might be onto something. That's interesting. I bet there's some movie that kind of falls in the face of that, though. Hyman says, nobody gives the traitor Stormtrooper love from The Force Awakens. Dude, he was great, too. No, I think that's a good shout. I think that's a very good shout. I forgot his name, too, but yeah. What do Siskel and Ebert kick names, take asses? Damn right. We voting tomorrow, Steph? Probably. We're probably going to vote on the movie for the weekend tomorrow. CF says, it's over, Jeremy. It's over, Jeremy. I have the high ground. Viber Jeremy says, respects, ma'am. I respect it's ma'am. Well, Gentry, so how many Oscars did Black Panther end up with? I haven't and refuse to go and check who won what. So Black Panther ended up winning production design, costume, score, and I think that might be it. So 3. At least 3 Oscars. Yes, that's right. Black Panther won 3 Oscars last night. Infinity War, 0. Bad Times at the El Royale, 0. Mission Impossible Fallout, 0. Some of the best movies of the year got nothing, but frickin' Black Panther, which was a B-level film at best, got 3 Oscars because of wokeness. KC, can you give me a ass-kicking lesson? Probably not. Definitely not online. Scorpion says, great stream, by the way. Thanks for entertaining discussions. No problem, Scorpion. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Let's see. Hypern says, would have preferred Bjorn name rather than Stormbreaker of Thor's axe. I like Stormbreaker. That was great. Gannison, Odin, can Star Wars be saved or will Disney ruin it? It can be saved. It can be saved. I mean, this is a huge IP with a long history of various characters. You have an entire EU that you could potentially bring into the canon. So there's plenty of material that they could use to bring Star Wars back to greatness. The question is, are they going to do it? And at this point in time, I can't see them. Eddie Fissick, welcome to the channel. Tabris Darklight, welcome to the channel. And Daffyd Landedge, welcome to the channel as well. Mike Zero just leaked The Forbidden Jedi. Ooh, Darth Hammer, really? Really? DK says, agree, it's quite sad that movies are judged by politics rather than quality. I agree. Super, you know what else got few Oscars than Black Panther? Black Klansman. That is true. It did get 1, though. Darth Hammer says, join the like side of the Force and give Odin's movie blog 500 likes, dear friends. 500? Definitely not going to get close to 500 on this one. I'm happy if we're over 100. Dion says, third movie critics, maybe Gene Shalit had a cool oversized handlebar mustache. Okay, I got you. I hear you. Wolfman created The Matrix for movie night. We'll see. Hypern, Thanos versus Vito for best daddy. Also, notice how both of them had 4 children maximum. Ooh. Thanos, then. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and shout out my patrons one more time before we end this stream. So let's give a huge shout out to A Great Jedi, Adam Shawhan, Dave Bob, Delete System 32, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Frank the Tank, and the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, Greta Zenner, Harold Francis, The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, Inflamed Wood, Trap Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, Jonathan, Laura Story, Matthew Kadish, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, Projar Sarif, Proper Jeremy, Shanglong, Sir Alance Aleto, The DJD Show, Those Two Ball Guys, Tina B, and Wolfgang Lounge. You are all amazing and beautiful people. What is Admiral Akbar's favorite food? It's a trap. Gannison says, Jesse, Anna, and Mecha Random are the real battle angels. Damn right. Viper says, should be the tiebreaker for PewDiePie and T-Series. Dude, I would love to be. That'd be awesome. Viper says, why hath Odin forsaken thee? I didn't forsake anybody. Who did I forsake? No, it's a rap. CF, that's a great joke. Guys, so that's going to be it for me. I love you guys so much. This has been a very fun stream. Thank you for sticking with me. And also, seriously, this number is freaking hilarious. I mean, 27% of audiences, 47,000 people have let their voices be heard. That is insane. That's awesome. And it's really cool. You guys are awesome. Decay79, thank you, man. Welcome to the channel. Also, Marcel Tout, welcome to the channel as well. It's a Trap says, that means Admiral Akbar would try to eat me, me lord. That's true. Super Anime Gamer, you have a good night. Viper Chief, you have a good night. Shall not leave Asgard. Gabriel, you have a good night, sir. KC, stay badass. Odin, you stay badass, KC. JK75, you have a good night. Tina says, love you, sir. Now go rip Jeremy for interfering in the stream. Damn right I will. Damn right I will. You all go over there, too, and tell him, you just shattered Odin's stream. Do it. Do it. All right, guys. Seriously, you're all amazing. Gordon's alive. And seriously, I love you guys. Go, please, please. See you next time, Marcel. Thanks for subscribing, man. Seriously, guys, go over to Jeremy. Let him know how ticked off you all are with everything. You guys are all amazing and beautiful people. Seriously, it's been amazing to see this channel grow. And it humbles me every time to look at those numbers because, again, in my mind, I'm still just a nobody high school teacher. And yet when I come home, it's like, oh my God, there's this entire community of people that are just awesome that I love to talk to. And I wish I could just stay on. I wish my voice wasn't going. I wish I still wasn't sick so that I could go longer. But it is what it is. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. Patrons and non-patrons alike. You guys are awesome. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you so much. And as always, guys, God bless.